Welcome to Shenandoah High School, home of the undefeated Shenandoah Zeps. And tonight the Monroe Central Seminoles will try to block the path of a possible undefeated season for the Zeps and a possible Shenandoah postseason berth. With Dale Eddy and Lance LaFollette, this is Jeff Stevens welcoming you to another night of Monroe Central football. Lance, I guess the first thing you need to upset tonight, they're going to need to contain number 8, Jedediah Stevens of the Shenandoah Zeps.
That's right. We've seen Jedediah in the past, and he's given us problems the last 2 years. You know, we went to the playoffs last year, and he played pretty well against us. Him and the two 300-pounders that they line up with, you know, we're going to have to find a way to get the ball down the field, either around those guys or right by those guys.
And one of the problems with the offense all year, I think, is the fact that the Monroe Central offensive line is quite undersized. And as you say, tonight, a pair of 300-pound linemen on that offensive and defensive front for the Zeps. And, you know, I go back to last year's game against Shenandoah, where the Zeps scored with about a minute left in the game and were lined up to go for 2 and had the momentum, but had a penalty just prior to the snap. And if they don't get that penalty, I don't like our chances. They then had to kick the extra point, and we were victorious in overtime. So this is a good team and has proven that they can play the Seminoles tough.
Yeah, I can go on record right now. I mean, Monroe Central, if they come into this game with the right attitude, they could easily pull an upset here. 1-5 against 6-0. Everything, you know, they have nothing to lose here. Let it all hang out and really give it to go.
I totally agree with that statement. Shenandoah will kick off Monroe Central with Adam Conrad, Eric Brown, Aaron Cease deep. Number 8, as we spoke a moment ago, Jedediah Stevens will kick it off. It's a line drive to the side and will hit and stay in bounds. Brown at the 9-yard line, gets up the sideline, has some running room. He pulled out of bounds at about the 33-yard line, so a pretty good return. But, you know, a real good kick. You kind of hemmed the Seminoles in along the sideline.
Well, that was you know, it's hard to see up here as you see the yard lines aren't marked. Looked like that ball was going to stay in bounds, though. It started to come back this way, so nice job by Eric Brown of getting the ball upfield. Decent field position again for the Seminoles.
People need to bear with us. I don't know if you can hear the PA announcer as plain as we can, but he'll be drowning us out most of the night, plus our vision is a little bit blocked. Joris up the middle.
Picked up about a yard, tackled by the left side of the line.
And that will be Gabe Gordon.
Big hit by number 67 right there at the line. Gordon able to shake it off and gain a couple yards.
Michael Joris, he has Adam Jones in the backfield with him, along with Christopher Wilson. Adam Conrad will be split right on this 2nd and 8 play. Michael Joris, first pass. Conrad complete. Tries to sidestep a man. Brought down. Looks like a first down. Give it a 9-yard pickup to Conrad and a first down.
Nice ball again by Michael Joris. Threw it right on a rope. And you have to be able to have a strong arm to throw that pass. It's you know, a long time pass. Ran that when I was in school. Simple 5-yard out. You got to get the ball out there quick. That's the key to that play.
Well, I think you like to see a first down on the first series, and especially after just 2 plays, to be back in a 1st and 10, because as we've talked many, many times, you know, consistency of the offense has been the problem.
That's it. You come out and go 3 and out 2 or 3 times in a row, and that really hurts the confidence and everything.
For the second back through.
This is Adam Jones, another first down. He's still in bounds. Zep territory, 34-yard line.
Big run by Adam off the right side there. Nice job by that offensive line. Big Jerry McKinney opened up the hole. Tyler Shoemaker also lined up on this side. He shook a tackle from the corner. Nice pickup.
Other offensive line people, tight end is Preston Kilburn, Randall Seifert at the center, Daniel Smithberger, Zach Fronapple, and also T.J. Stevens lining up at tight end on some plays. Gordon will try to get to the outside. He didn't have a lot of help and will gain no yardage.
That play was designed to go more or less up the middle, and that was pretty well plugged up by that defensive line. Decent contain on the outside there for the Zeps.
Gordon will lose half a yard on the play, and as you know, Coach talked Thursday night, you know, you get a few good plays, but then, you know, just that one breakdown that gets you into a long yardage situation just changes the whole play sequence. Jones again. Briefly had some running room, but it was shut off very quickly.
That's another 200-pounder, 61, Steve Bond, 5'10", senior, 210 pounds.
Power the ball, number 20 in on the tackle.
Going to get a little over a yard on
About a
it.
yard on the play, brings up 3rd and 9.
On this 3rd and 9 throwing situation, I'm sure. But again, the loss on 1st down and the minimal gain on 2nd down creates a situation from the 33-yard line. You know, we could look for the Seminoles to be in 4-down territory very, very early in this game. George fakes to Brown, sprinting, tries to throw, intercepted. Jedediah Stephen, he's got running room, breaks the tackle, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone, a touchdown.
Got a flag back about the 24-yard line, got a clip right there.
Well, that will cancel out the touchdown, but you know, in case there, not a real well-thrown ball. You really didn't have a Seminole real close, and the ball hit. You know, we expect to see a lot of Jedediah Stephen on offense, but we didn't know we were going to see so much of him on defense right early.
That was a nice return that time. He sidestepped 2 or 3 would-be tacklers that time, but the clip clearly helped him right there next to him, about the 24.
Well, you know, from where we're standing here in this little press box or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to have to watch the replay on Saturday morning to really see the game, I believe, because, you know, it's kind of hard to navigate around everybody up here. I think the capacity up here is 3, and we have 5 up here, so.
Well, and when you're 6'1" and the ceiling's 6 foot high, it makes for an uncomfortable evening as well.
Well, we miss you a lot, Joe, but I'm not sure if there's room for you tonight. And hope Joe's feeling better real soon. Zeps, give them 44 is Mike Lucas. He'll be brought down by several people, Jeremy Kinney among others. They'll put him down at the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 3 yards.
Pickup of about 3 on the play, brings up 2nd and 7.
Shenandoah comes in with 2 capable running backs back there. You saw number 44 that time. Also number 22, James Rayer, just a sophomore. You'll see him in the backfield some as well.
Stephen will fake, sprint out and run. He'll be hit out of bounds by Kilburn.
Chased down over by number 22.
It's going to pick up maybe a yard and a half on the play, 2 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd down. That was a big problem for us last week against Lindsley, was stopping them on 3rd down. So chance nice and early here to get something stopped for us.
You know, for as good an athlete as Stephen is, you know, really he does not run the ball as much as you would think. And with the difficult games that Shenandoah has coming up these last 4 weeks, would not be surprised to see him start running a little bit more. Now he'll throw. He looks for a screen in the middle. They'll drag, complete to number 88.
It's going to be enough for the 1st down. Pretty well-designed play that time. Just brought the tight end across and brought him across underneath. Looked like a screen almost to begin with.
The 30-yard line is the 27.
About 5, call it 6 yards on that play, but it is a Shenandoah 1st down, as they'll now be at the 27-yard line. With the first Shenandoah 1st down, as they try to turn the early interception into points. 8 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in period number 1. They'll give to Lucas. He'll fight forward out of a tackle of Seifert and Jones and pick up about 5 yards.
Finished up in there by Wilson, number 46. Pickup of 5 on the play, so that brings up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, a lot of different weapons by Shenandoah. As I look at some stats, you know, they have 4 people that have caught several passes this year, and one of them, Jason Johnson, who wears number 6, I believe, is averaging almost 40 yards per reception.
Off to Lucas 44, running straight ahead, gets up to the 30-yard line.
Lucas to about the 20.
He's another big kid. Got him listed at 6 foot, 190 pounds, and he runs. You see him there chopping his legs real well. Keeps the legs moving and runs hard.
He's going to get a couple of yards on that carry, bring up 3rd and about 3.
3rd and about 3.
We see Nate Schauber in the game here, also number 55, lined up at the middle guard position. Stephen wants to throw, has all kind of time. Complete. Wilson will make the tackle. It'll be a first down.
Adam Jones stuck out there in no man's land that time. Stevens rolling out. Jones had the receiver that time. Finally had to honor the run, and he come up. Nice job though by Christopher Wilson making that open field tackle. That's a touchdown.
But Stottsbury was blocking, and you could see Stephen as he rolled that way, kind of wave him downfield. And when the pressure came, he just flipped the ball to the wide open receiver. It's a really good job of directing traffic and getting the ball to where it needed to be. Stephen will give to Lucas. He's sprinting for the corner, and about the 2, they say. I'm not sure that we have a shot of that there at the corner because of the speakers and the pole and everything else. But they'll give him 13, 14 yards. They'll put him down just inside the 1.
Didn't look ahead of time to see what kind of alignment the Seminoles had on defense that time, but the contain's been a big problem for us all year, and that was basically all that was contain let down, and he was able to get outside.
And on 1st and goal from the 1, possibly a quarterback sneak or the fullback or the tailback 44 Lucas would be a good bet. They'll give it to Lucas, and he is in the end zone.
Off the right side.
So the early enthusiasm of a couple first downs, and then the Monroe Central turnover. The Zeps take it right down the field, and at 6:15 in the first quarter, they take the lead.
Well, we've said it all season long. Turnovers, you can't have them. We get the ball down. We were down in four down territory. Got Shenandoah backed up against the wall.
Left foot kicker Stephen hooks it badly and no good.
Partially blocked.
So 6 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the first period. The Zeps trying to stay undefeated, and they're out to a 6-0 lead.
Back to the turnover thing though, we've turned the ball over deep in our own end, and that was basically a double bad turnover that time. We had the ball deep in Shenandoah's end. They were able to return it clear deep into their own or into our territory. So, you've seen it too many times, and it hurts us early here.
If you look at the fact, the other games, the games of Monroe Central has not turned the ball over. The River game, which they won, the Shadyside game, which they had a chance to win, and the games where they turn it over several times, and that's natural. You look at the turnovers in different games. Last week only 2, but the one at your own 10-yard line, and it gave Lindsley an opportunity to score the go-ahead touchdown.
Well, so the other end in the end zone.
Yes. So, that's something that you have to eliminate. But hopefully, don't give up here after a 6-0 deficit. Get back and move the ball. But Stevens will kick off, and this is a line drive. It's a very good kick. This will be Brown at the 5-yard line. Tries to get outside and has some running room. And another nice return by Eric Brown out
late
near the
flag comes in there
line.
at the 35-yard line. I believe there was a clip right there, right in front of the Seminole bench. It was a real late flag, but the ref was reaching for it the entire time up the field.
And no reaction from the Monroe Central sideline on the call, so that leads you to believe that it was a proper call, whatever it was. So we'll see. Here's the official. I believe the head official tonight, and it's a face mask. You're 0 for 1.
Wow.
I guess that's why there was no reaction from the Monroe Central sideline.
I guess not. I thought that was I thought I saw a clip right there in front of the Seminole bench. Probably would have been a reaction.
Second penalty on Shenandoah, both 15-yard varieties. Remember, face mask now in high school ball can be 5 or 15, but that was a 15-yard step off, putting Monroe Central at their own 49-yard line in excellent field position for their second possession. Gordon, he'll get some yardage and keep the feet driving. Gabe Gordon on nice efforts.
I'll tell you what, that's just
a lot of yards.
Wing right, power right, old-fashioned Coach Circosta Monroe Central football right there. 11 yards for Gabe Gordon. I'll give him 12 yards.
12-yard pickup to the 39-yard line in Shenandoah territory. So that's what you like to see, that first play back after giving up a score, getting some positive yardage. And that's just a freshman now, number 44, Gabe Gordon. Wilson has running room. He's going to have 5. The ball's on the ground.
Monroe Central, I think, recovered it there. You see the official coming in with the 2 fingers up, so it is second down. Alert play that time. I don't know if that was Zach Fronapple or it's either Fronapple or Seifert, but a nice job of heads up getting on the ball.
First carry of the night for Chris Wilson. He'll get 6 yards. 2nd and 4. I couldn't tell if Wilson was able to bring that back in or if one of the people you mentioned was able to recover it, but Seminoles do make the play. This is Jones to the outside, has running room, finally driven out of bounds. He's going to be at the 10.
10-yard line. I'll tell you, Jeff, this is the best the Seminoles have moved the ball on the ground the entire year. We've had a couple long runs, but Seminoles have put together several nice plays here, and that's going to force the Zeps to take a timeout.
23-yard pickup there by Jones. He now has 48 yards in just 3 carries. But a nice job of bouncing that play outside. We might mention before we go any further along here that that the Seminoles are operating without 2 assistant coaches tonight. Coach Greg Shoemaker was not here tonight. His wife was expecting to give birth today to their 3rd child, and we hope all went well there. But Coach Shoemaker was not planning on being here. And also Coach Mark Withrow is not on the sideline tonight. If people are not familiar with the situation, Coach Withrow is a former coach here at Shenandoah and teaches here at Shenandoah High School and has a daughter that attends school here at Shenandoah as a freshman. And he just feels a little bit uncomfortable, coaching against the kids that he teaches in class. So he's either at home or more than likely is scouting somewhere tonight. As Coach Acosta left that decision up to him, and he chose, not to be here. And I know that was a very tough decision for Coach Withrow.
I guess it's all right as long as he's not sitting down here with a green jacket on.
I don't think there's any chance of that.
Donated by local politicians and local merchants.
So first down, and they put the sticks down on the far side. So the ball right on the 10. It is first and goal from the 10. The most difficult first and goal situation you can be. 5:02 remaining in the first quarter. Brown in motion. Jones straight ahead, gets a yard, maybe 2.
A yard before he's hit by shoulders, number 47, and Lucas, number 44. Pick up on the play of a yard. Brings up
2nd goal now from about the 8.
The 9-yard line brings up 2nd and goal.
Now you see what happens here is that the Zeps bring the safety up. They've got 11 guys within about 5 yards of the ball here. Makes the ground a little hard to pick up.
Gordon will try to get outside, but number 6, Johnson, will make the play. A yard to the 7.
And Josh Eibel, number 4.
But now 3rd and goal from the 7. And that's a case there that, looked like probably the power again, and maybe Gabe tried to bounce it outside a little bit too quick. But yet, if he didn't have a hole inside, your next option is to go to the outside. The nice play by the corner for Shenandoah. 3rd down. Joris down the sideline, pitches to Wilson on the option. He'll be hit hard near the 5-yard line. The timing of that play was not real good as the lead back really didn't get out as well as you'd like. They'll put Wilson down at the 5, 4th and goal.
Seminoles are going to take a timeout here. Interesting to see what the decision is. I know they've been working a little bit with Adam Jones, and Chris Yoho's still working at kicking some. Doesn't look like Jones is tying the shoe up, though, so it looks like Knowles may go for it.
And this is a situation we saw last week that Coach Acosta spent a couple of timeouts earlier in the game in critical situations. I think when you've been struggling to score points, you figure this is the best opportunity that you have, and you want to make sure you get the right play for the situation. And this is a tough call, needing 5 yards for a touchdown.
Monday morning.
Be interesting to see the pass to the tight end, the little drag across the middle has been there just about all year.
It's been a good play. I think Preston Kilburn has 9 receptions for the year, and that's a high number for a Monroe Central tight end.
Will be provided. Tailgate party.
Play they got from Youngstown State University that John Shoemaker has caught several passes at Youngstown on that same play, 3 or 4 for touchdowns. So took a little bit out of that playbook, and it seems to work.
Shenandoah defensively has given up very few points for the year. I think just 40 points in 6 games. So they'll be tested, and talking to some people before the game, the Zeps have never been behind. This is Jones, but he's going to be short.
They're marking him down inside the 1-yard line.
Points to the goal line.
Just power football.
44
But the ball is just short, and the Zeps will take over on downs.
Ball spotted at the 1-yard line.
Adam got 4, but he needed 5.
It's a tough break that time for the Seminoles. Need to be careful here. First thing you think is that Shenandoah's going to come in and run a quarterback sneak, but with someone with the experience that Stevens has, look for anything right here. I didn't look for a deep handoff, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to throw the ball.
The defense has done a very adequate job all year. This is a quarterback sneak by Stevens. He's a big kid. Make sure he doesn't bounce out of there.
Out to about the 4-yard line before he's taken down there by the interior.
6'2", 175-pound quarterback. He's going to just put his head down and get out to about the 3-yard line.
See, that's where you talk to your kids, and the guys in the middle have to know that that's coming, and you just have to hold your ground there. Shenandoah got a good surge, 3 yards for a quarterback sneak at the goal line's too many to give up.
A defensive front, Randall Seifert, Nate Schauber, and Jeremy Kinney. He's going to throw. He's going to throw deep and turn around. Incomplete. If Eric Brown would have turned around, that ball would have been right to him, but he's watching the intended receiver, number 6, Jason Johnson.
Probably had the best shot at the ball that time.
So kind of a gutsy call by Shenandoah head coach Dan Wesson. There throwing from his own end zone. But he has a lot of confidence in his offensive playmakers. And as we said, Johnson averages 40 yards of reception, and probably plays like that from deep in their own territory is the reason he averages so many yards. 3rd down. Draw play, Lucas. He'll be hit. First contact with Schauber in the backfield. Wilson.
And Seifert also there. It's like Gordon come up as well. So a big 3rd down hold for the Seminoles, going to force the Zeps to punt from their end zone. So nice job of defense that time. Seminoles should get the ball in good field position.
First punt of the game. Seen the Seminoles put some points on the board because of bad snaps from this position on the field previously. Finally, Shenandoah gets an 11th player on the field. Snap is good. Kicks away. It's blocked.
We got more points.
Rolls out of the end zone. Safety. Randall Seifert and Aaron Cease. I'm not sure who was there, but the kick was blocked as they come up the middle untouched.
I think it was Randall Seifert because he's holding his hand, and I'll tell you what, that does hurt, but mark him in the books for 2. Seminoles going to get the ball back as well.
2-point safety for the Seminoles.
That's 3 safeties this year for the Seminoles that I can count.
I was just thinking, you go through years and years and never see a safety, and the Seminoles now, I guess the best thing for Monroe Central to do is let the other team have the ball on about the 1-yard line. They can get points out of it. So 6-2 is the score. That throws that sideliner board into chaos now, doesn't it?
Well, I didn't pick my numbers up yet, but 2s and 5s and 8s, I've had them all year, so I probably have double zeros this week, or a 7 and a 0.
And special teams coach Greg Shoemaker, who's been itching to go for a punt block all year, not here tonight, and the Seminoles block a punt. We'll give credit to that call to, we'll give Dave Sherman credit for that.
The Zep punter lined up about 10 yards deep, which is not deep enough to begin with, and he took, I think, a 3-step approach to the ball. So Seifert and Aaron Cease came right straight up the middle on it.
As a punter, you have to think that they're probably going to come after you when you're in your own end zone. But but a blocked punt. So Stevens will now kick from the 20. I was going to mention was the safety last week. The Lindsley coaches, not a good kick, but the Lindsley coaches said that did that intentionally. Brown out near the 50. But people sitting right in front of our press box last week said the Lindsley coaches said snap it over the head and free kick it from the 20, that was an intentional safety.
I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a snap.
Well, if it was intentional, the center did a real good job. So now Monroe Central in pretty good field position at around 48 after that safety. And if they can move the ball as they have on their first two possessions and get some points on the board, I was told before the game here that Shenandoah has not been behind in a single game for a single play yet this year. So it'd be real nice to put them in that situation.
Number 7, calling the offensive signal for the Seminoles. Drops back.
Here's the delay call to Gordon.
Just beyond the line of scrimmage.
He'll get near midfield.
Pick up a 2 on the play. In on the
A little counter play.
Yeah, you have to hunt here to find out where the yardage lines are. I see one's already kicked over on the other side. And yeah, you got players standing around those. Notice the field I mentioned before the game. This is like the Penn State version of a uniform. There's no numbers, no hash marks, no design in the middle.
A very plain field. George wants to throw, has time. He's going deep and intercepted by Steven again as Conrad broke his pattern. He's going to come across field and have running room. Puts a couple moves on before he runs out of room. Gordon knocks him out of bounds.
Adam Conrad broke off his pattern that time. The Zepp defender was still about 4 yards behind him, and what he did was broke up the pattern, or stopped. Yeah, that's something that you can't really do because you don't know where the ball is for sure. George thought he was still going long, threw it up. Stevens there with his second pick already.
You know, and as a former receiver, Lance, as you are, who's run a lot more pass patterns than I have in my life, but there seems to be a lot of times this year, I'm not sure that the Monroe Central wide receivers have really done a very good job of running patterns for Michael Joris.
Stevens, look, back to pass.
Some pressure, and Adam Jones with a big sack.
By number 34.
That is a big loss. That's almost 15 yards.
About 20 on the play.
Well, I'd say probably about 18-yard
right.
loss and a sack. You can tell that Steven has used to being able to break away from those tackles, but Adam Jones had a hold of him and wasn't going to let him go. So this puts the Zeps in a long yardage situation as we near 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
17-yard line.
Second down and 23, 28. Stevens about slipped again, trying to get outside. He's now going to run. He'll be dropped out of bounds by Cease. He'll get about 6 yards back, I believe. But that's going to put the Zeps in another long yardage situation.
It's like third and about 22 yards. So key play here. You know, we've given up a couple key third down conversions to the opponents this year. This situation, you know, just down 6-2. They've not got the momentum yet. We've been able to move the ball, so we need to stop and get that offense back on the field.
With a big interception return to set up Shenandoah's score.
Third and 25.
Stevens under pressure again, complete to number 31. He'll be hit and dropped out of bounds. Conrad had first contact, Wilson and Smithberger.
Only about 2 on the play, so nice job of pursuit that time. Stevens rolling out to this side of the field, and the pursuit follows him over here.
He was driven out of bounds, so that stops the clock with 11 seconds left. Zeps to punt. Last time we had the blocked punt. But again, not a real deep drop by Stevens. He's only about 11 yards, and we'll get that one off, and it's a tremendous kick. Wilson will get the ball back, and he's near his own 25-yard line.
Big block that time by Tyler Shoemaker. Number 24, you saw it right there in front of the ball. He hit Luke Forshey and woke him up.
That kick was nearly 50 yards from the line of scrimmage in the air.
With nice height.
But, maybe a case of the out-kicked coverage. We have reached the end of the first period. Shenandoah 6, Monroe Central 2. We'll be right back. That would be tough to do in overtime.
I'd like to see some more Adam Jones. I'll tell you what, I don't know what the statistics have him for there in the first quarter, but a nice job. And here he comes to the left.
Well, there is Adam Jones. He'll get a couple of maybe 3 yards on first down. He has about 57 yards so far. A couple of runs of over 20. I'd like to be able to see what I'm writing down here, but with no lights here either, it becomes a little tough.
Just part of the nice conditions. We'll get Dale in the second half to swing that camera around and get a shot of us in here.
Second down. George with a long count. Tries to get Wilson. We have a flag at the snap.
Monroe Central tight end on the right side that time bobbed a little bit and looked like the official caught him.
Most likely Shenandoah will decline that penalty. I thought I saw movement and thought, okay, it's going to be a dead ball call. So Shenandoah will not have a choice. They'll have to take the step off. If that had not been a dead ball foul, I'm sure Shenandoah would have declined that penalty because Wilson lost a couple of yards. But a dead ball, so the play really did not happen. Even if it went for a big gain, it wouldn't have counted. So that's the first Monroe Central penalty, I believe, of the night. But it's going to bring up second down and about 12. Now back at their own 47-yard line. George wants to throw for Conrad, incomplete.
Just a little too high. Nice zip on the ball, but that ball sailed on him. Yeah, Jeff, each week seems to be a little bit of improvement by that Seminole offensive line. George's not really been pressured back there yet this evening.
And because of that, if you could get the passing game going, as we've talked at other times, in high school ball, if you can have a good passing game, that can offset some disadvantages some other places because a good passing game is tough to defend. George wants to throw. Again, time for Conrad, incomplete. Johnson and Eibel, the defenders.
Wouldn't have been enough for the first down if he did make the catch. Seminoles needing 13. Conrad was out there about the 50, about the 48-yard line. Seminoles put that play in not too long ago. It's called a deep out. They have like a 3-yard out or a 5-yard out that you saw Adam catch one earlier, and then that deeper out when needed.
Gordon's kick is away. Line drive at about the 30-yard line to Johnson. And he's going to lose some yardage, be wrestled to the ground by Randall Seifert.
Nice hustle that time by Randall Seifert.
Only about a 23-yard punt, but a negative 5-yard return. So Shenandoah, not real good field position from their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, that's a scary play right there when the punt return was clearly to the left. Everyone goes to the left. Your defense goes to the left, and they find a way to get back around to the right. A lot of times that turns into trouble.
We have 10:48 left to play in the first half.
Stevens on a delay to the running back, and it's a different back this time. 22, which is Ryer, the name you mentioned earlier. He'll get some carries here now in the second quarter and pick up about 3 yards.
Tell you, Jeff, something I noticed that time, 3-yard pickup. He was hit in the backfield, and he was hit twice before he got to the 33. Guys are trying to tackle the ball. This point in the ball game, that's not something that you need to be doing. You need to be hitting the guys and not wearing them down, knocking the ball loose. You can rip it out later if you get someone wore down.
So many times you see a missed tackle and then end up being a big play. This is Ryer again.
That's how you tackle right there. Several guys in on the stop.
Daniel Smithberger, I believe, had the first play. And no gain.
No gain on the play.
Yeah, you notice that time guys were coming up, Smithburger wrapped up, and guys were coming up and cleaning up, and that's when you wear a guy down. He's taking shots while he's trying to get away. That's team defense. That's what it's all about.
Seminoles in a four-man front. Stephen will throw.
Keeps the ball. Throws.
High, incomplete. Intended for Johnson. Johnson then takes a shot from T.J. Stevens. But once again, the Zeps unable to move the ball, and they'll have to punt.
That was just good pass coverage by the Seminole secondary that time. 4 receivers out into the pattern for the Zeps. Monroe Central had all 4 of them pretty well covered. That's something good to see because, you know, that's been a problem for us in the past. So far this year is that pass coverage. Nice job there.
I have the Zeps for only about 40 yards of offense here. High snap, but Stevens is down. It's a line drive kick. It's going to hit, and right to Wilson, right up the middle, and he'll get forward progress to about the 47-yard line. But fortunately, that ball hitting in the front of him, and Christopher Wilson was able to get a nice bounce right up there and not let the ball hit another time.
Well, that's the thing about that. That ball hit far enough in front of him. He could react to it. So many times you come up and, yeah, the first thing you're supposed to do as a rule is to catch the ball. At times you do all you can to catch it, and you end up getting too close, and you have to dive out of the way. Played that just right.
Well, no opportunity to catch that ball in the air. Wishbone look by the Seminoles. Joris wants to throw on first down, going deep, and overthrows Conrad.
That's just a timing pattern that time. Adam Conrad on a straight fly pattern. Adam's one of the fastest guys on the Seminoles team. He was able to get by the Shenandoah defender. That's not a high percentage pass anytime, but I'll tell you what, that was about a yard from being 6 for the Seminoles right there.
And that, to me, seems like a very difficult pass to throw because you kind of out of the corner of your eye maybe see a green jersey coming at you, and the tendency, I think, would be to throw that ball maybe an instant earlier than you should. George has a shotgun. There's a completion to Wilson. He'll be near the 46-yard line. He's going to get about 7 yards.
I like that play, Jeff. I'll tell you what, Seminoles sent several guys out into the pattern, and key to the whole play again, the line gave him time to look around that time. You know, Michael, something that they had mentioned earlier was, he was getting zoomed in on the receiver that time. I think he clearly looked things over, saw that Wilson was open, and threw a nice pass in there to him.
T.J. Stevens in for Conrad. Seminoles will go double tight, straight T. Jones, and he's not even able to make it back to the line of scrimmage. Number 22, Ryer, comes in unblocked and makes the play. No gain. Oh boy, and that hurts. You know, when you get into a good close yardage situation like that and you miss a block, and all of a sudden now you're in a 4th down, and Seminoles will be forced to punt the ball.
Shenandoah sending nobody deep this time to return the punt. A little hard to understand that.
They're not convinced that the Seminoles were going to kick it. That ball will roll down inside the 10 to about the 7-yard line.
Have a hard time understanding that. Monroe Central, the ball at the 45-yard line. Wesson hasn't been around that many years, but at this point he should understand that coach hasn't given things up to where he's going to go for it and give them the ball out around the 45-yard line.
Not as good as an offense as Shenandoah has, and you saw number 70, the speedy Randall Seifert, down to make that play and down the football at the 7-yard line.
Seminoles are 1-5, but one thing I can say is that number 70 for the Seminoles gives 100%. 2 minutes to go in the game, he's still flying around.
Ryer, he's going to bounce the outside. Gordon will bring him down at the 15, 16-yard line. He'll get about 8 of those yards. We'll see where they put the ball down at. But again, there's a play where Ryer bouncing to the outside and had big yardage.
Nice job that time by Jeremy Kinney, not allowing any penetration up the middle. A letdown and contain again, which that's something that we just can't have, and seems to continue to be a problem.
2nd and 2. Stevens still has it. Bootlegging under some pressure. Jones has a shot at him. He'll now unload it and incomplete.
Intended for number 1, Lucas Robinson.
Nice pressure by the Seminole defense. Again, we've got a 3rd down deep in the Zep territory. Again, key situation for the Seminole defense.
For an instant there, maybe that looked like that second safety of the game, because Adam Jones trying to make the play but just not able to hang on right about the goal line. And you get a strong kid like Stevens, is 175 pounds. It's hard to bring him down just by having a hold of his jersey.
Well, that's it. He's athletic. He's built, 175 pounds. He's got good balance.
But, a good play and good pressure by Adam Jones that forced that ball to be thrown away. 3rd down and 2. Stevens, same type play. Nice out there to the Stottsbury. Big gain. Wilson makes the tackle out near the 45-yard line. 31-yard pickup.
Not sure if Seminoles had a different defense on, but that's the same play that they covered so well about a minute ago. And this time, big yardage.
7 minutes left.
That's a couple times that tight end has come off the line very easily, not being held up by someone at the line. But, a real nice bootleg play, and that's the type of play that Shenandoah is dangerous on, because the quarterback may throw it or he may run it. They will look to throw again, looking to left, down the middle of the field. Almost intercepted. Intended receiver was Johnson. Conrad knocks it away.
Not sure what the situation was there, but Johnson was all by himself on that side of the field. Johnson threw the ball up for grabs, and Adam Conrad able to react on it. Just about come down with the pick.
Only one Shenandoah receiver downfield. The other receiver, number 4, Eibel, was on a short out about 6 yards to the sideline, but that was the only deep receiver, so Stevens was going for Johnson the whole time. 2nd and 10.
2 receivers to that side again. You've got Gordon out there on an island. It's a draw play.
That's Ryer, and he's going to have a 1st down.
Gets down across the 45 to about the 42-yard line, and that's close to a 1st down.
And that's going to be 11 yards, and he is a 1st down.
Number 70.
But again, you have to that's your second running back, your second tailback, and he really shoots through there real well. Number 22, James Ryer, 5'9", 165, and a sophomore.
You look at the Zeps offense so far tonight. They like to throw the ball, and basically everything is built off of that. Draw plays, screen plays, drag plays, everything that they've done has been built off of that bootleg rollout type pass.
During this timeout, Lance, before we get late in the game here and lose any viewers to any of the college games on TV on Saturday afternoon, I want to mention the Monroe Central volleyball team. Head coach Troy Baker finished a 5-0 week. They are now 14-3 and have qualified for the OVAC tournament. That will be held next Saturday at Union Local High School. And the final home game of the season for the Lady Seminoles will be Tuesday at the Skyview Elementary Gym against Frontier. Members of that volleyball team, senior members are Karen Knowlton, Marlena Merkel, Nikki Baker, and Krista Joris. Also members of the varsity, Samantha Doherty, Erica Christie, Angie Davis, Vanessa Schauber, Anna Marty, Alicia Howe, and Cody Baker. An excellent season at 14-3 by the Lady Seminoles. So get out next week on Tuesday to their final home game, or over to Union Local next Saturday morning for the OVAC playoffs. Excellent team.
Well, excellent team and an excellent bunch of young ladies, a smart bunch of young ladies as well.
1st and 10, Zeps. Stevens will now roll to the left and keep. And has running room and lots of it.
Down to about the 22-yard line before he's tackled there by number 20, Brown.
About 19 yards by Jedediah Stevens.
And that'll be enough to move the sticks for the Zeps one more time. Ball at the 22.
Again, Stevens able to get around the end to the outside.
The ball carrier.
And that's what I mentioned about the pass run option that he has on that little bootleg type play. He gets out there and doesn't see a receiver. He's a very dangerous runner, even though he's not run a lot this year, but still very capable. They'll give to Ryer. He'll try to bounce to the outside. And Adam Jones, who's played a strong game defensively, makes the play. And that may be a loss on the play.
Yeah, we just talked about contain, and that time Adam Jones does a nice job of keeping contain. Yeah, the entire side of the Seminoles line that time strung that out and was able to run him, almost clear to the sideline.
They will give Ryer forward progress to the line of scrimmage, which is the 23-yard line. 5:40 remaining before halftime. 6-2, Zeps.
Stevens rolls out, looks, throws,
incomplete, and a flag in the backfield.
And
we'll see what this call is.
I didn't see, but it looks like they're going to get a hold or something against number 67. It's exactly what it is.
Hands. And you could tell by his reaction, it definitely was on him. And that's probably, I believe, a 10-yard step off from the point of the foul. And if you're the Seminoles, I think you have to take that penalty.
Definitely have to. If it's spotted, the flag's about to 33. A 10-yard penalty from there, you got to take it.
Because that's 10 yards in the backfield. And now 10 yards from there makes that a 20-yard loss for illegal use of the hands. That's going to take the Zeps back to the 43-yard line.
Saw 32, Aaron Cease that time, creating the problem. He come in from that offside defensive end. He was flying in, 67, as I said, I followed the ball. Wasn't watching what went on there, but you protect your quarterback, so I'm assuming he was doing something to try to protect Stevens from taking a blindside hit.
That's one of the little guys on Shenandoah's offensive line. He's only 225. Steven will throw. Across the middle, there's Johnson. He's going to have some yardage back. Brown and Shoemaker will drive him out of bounds at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 17 yards.
Ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up 3rd and 12.
But, you don't have to get all that yardage back on, a second and near 30. You get about half of it, and now you're in a 3rd and 12. And from the 25-yard line, you have 2 more opportunities to get those 12 yards if you so desire.
Well, Stevens was able to sit back in the pocket and look things over. The other Stevens, number 6, cut across the middle into the little pocket there.
He's going to keep. Now he looks to throw, and a nice catch by number 6, Jason Johnson. Once again, he's down near the 7-yard line. That's about a 16-yard pickup. When the quarterback, Jedediah Stevens, did a nice job. He tucked the ball under, looked like he was going to run, and then pulled it back up and threw it to Johnson downfield, and completion and another first down. And the Zeps are in business now at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal.
Really not real bad coverage that time for the Seminoles. They had guys there, just a nice throw, nice catch.
There's some pressure, but a big hole. Ryer is down near the goal line. He's not in. It's going to be 2nd down from about the 1.
Big hole that time.
I think what happened there is the Seminoles were stunning the linebackers, and if you guess the wrong way, and that's what happened that time, it leaves a big hole to the other side, and Ryer went through there and has dropped down inside the 1. Stevens will sneak, and he'll be easily in the end zone. Touchdown, Zeps. And I think the Zeps will now look to go for 2 because of the missed extra point after their first touchdown and the Monroe Central safety. They don't like and it really doesn't do you a whole lot of good to be ahead by 10 points or 11, I guess. They will try to get this to 12, where 2 touchdowns would not put them behind. They'll move the ball to the left hash.
For some reason, most teams like to throw the ball on extra points. picking up nice yardage on the ground, but I would almost be willing to bet there'll be some kind of rollout.
This will be a rollout to the right, I'm quite sure. Backside, Cease, incomplete. And some great pressure from Cease, along with Seifert, Johnson, I believe, in the back of the end zone, but there was a lot more white shirts in that corner of the end zone than there was green shirts. So the pass failed. 4:18 remaining in the first half. It is Shenandoah 12, Monroe Central 2.
12-2 over the Monroe Central Seminoles.
And that's a pretty nice drive by the Zeps. I believe that was...
The big key was the rollout pass right at the beginning of the drive down. I believe Seminoles had them backed up deep.
With the punt that rolled dead on about the 7-yard line. So that's going to be about a 93-yard drive by the Zeps. And I guess that's why they put up 350 yards a game and, better than 30 points a game, and why they're 6-0, the ability to go the length of the field and do a real nice job of mixing the run and the pass.
Most of the yardage coming on the pass. The main yards coming on the ground, but the big chunks in between coming on the throw.
Well, there's at least 60 yards there, 31-yard completion plus a 17 and a 16, so about 64 yards in completions on that drive. So, as you say, most of it, about 2/3 of it, were in the air. The kick is high, and they're going to make... This is Eric Brown again. He's got running room. Eric Brown to the midfield and pulled down at the 48-yard line. And they have kicked the ball at Eric Brown 3 times tonight, and really 3 times nice returns by Eric Brown.
Nice job that time by Eric Brown. Shenandoah, a lot of times you'll see it's not how you're supposed to cover a kick with several guys coming over around the ball. You try to stay in your lanes. Everyone stayed in the lane that time for a little bit too long for the Zeps. Brown broke through that hole, and he had a lot of room.
So now, with the good field position and 4:10 left, let's see if the Seminoles can do something and get that ball to the end zone. Wishbone. Second back is Jones. Running room, bouncing the outside. Fumbles the football, but I believe he got it back. But that's going to cost him a first down. I think he dropped the football and then fell on it.
Just barely tripped up that time by Johnson, number 6. Was able to grab a hold of his ankle as he was breaking away. Or Adam had a lot more yardage down that sideline. That's what you're down. You got 3:40 to go in the half here. Monroe Central has moved the ball on the ground tonight, though, and you want to see us be able to keep doing that. You get down another score, and you have to start throwing the ball. But right now, we have time to keep the ball on the ground.
We're going to get a whistle prior to the snap. And you may keep in mind, Monroe Central has only 1 timeout remaining in the first half.
Normally on a stop play, it's something that goes against the offense. We'll be interested to see here.
Encroachment call on the offense. And on that type of play right there, Lance, an encouragement, that's somebody, once again, going out and lining up offside.
Well, there's absolutely no excuse for it. We saw it twice last week. One time right at the 50-yard line, we were on the press box, and the whole entire left side come out lined up offsides. Very next, they didn't call it. Next play, they did the same thing, and it got called.
Procedure moves the ball back. Second and about 8.
Second man is Jones on a nice fake inside to Gordon.
Gets around the right side.
He's going to get
up about 5 yards.
A couple yards. Well, they'll put him up near the 41, 42-yard line, about 4 yards.
Nice ball fake in there to Gabe Gordon, as you said again. What happens is they keep running that play, you keep faking to Gabe in there, and before long, they're going to let him go.
38 for a first down.
But that gets the penalty yardage back, but it's a tough 3rd down and 3. Toss to Wilson. He's got some running room to the outside.
Nice block that time by Eric Brown out there.
He'll be forced out of bounds.
Taken out of bounds by Stocksbury.
I believe that was Adam Conrad also with a nice downfield block, enabled Wilson to get outside, get the first down, and also stop the clock here with 3:02 to go.
It is a first down and pickup of about 12 yards by Christopher Wilson.
Nothing fancy, a play that the Seminoles have had for a long time, a quick toss. Speed against speed, Chris Wilson probably one of the faster backs for the Noles.
Ball on the 29-yard line. Wilson again has room. He's going to fight forward to the 20. He's going to be very near another first down. And I think he's going to have it as they'll put him at the 19-yard line. They stop the clock to look at it, and we're going to get a measurement. But we'll give Wilson 10 yards on that play.
Now watch Gabe Gordon that time. He went straight up the middle again. You know, they had hit him and hit him and hit him. They're not hitting him now like they had. So, you know, watch for Monroe Central to come back with that. Gordon up the middle.
By my count, Lance, that's 115 yards rushing in the first half, and I believe the Seminoles only averaging about 110 yards a game rushing. So, as you stated, you know, doing a real nice job moving the ball on the ground. You know, and you still have a lot of football to play, and if you could get a 6-pointer in here before halftime, it sure would be nice. 2:56 remaining, second down and less than a yard. Clock is running. Gordon straight ahead, first down.
That's enough for a first down.
Plenty of time here. The ball spotted about the 17-yard line, first down. So a lot of time for the Seminoles here. I don't really think the clock's going to be a factor right now.
Almost 3 yards, 2 to 3 yards on that play, but pretty nice surge by the offensive line. And I think we mentioned earlier there, you know, along that right side is Tyler Shoemaker and Jeremy Kinney.
George, number 7, hands off.
A ball fake, it's a nice fake. Complete
To Brown, number 20.
down near the 10. It's not a short, it is Eric Brown.
A pickup of 8 on
It is short of the first down, but a nice gain.
That puts the ball at the 10-yard line. And that'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Just the third Monroe Central completion in 8 attempts, but second down and 2. We are now moving inside 2 minutes remaining in the half.
Joyce, number 7, hands off to the first back through, hit right at the line.
Wilson,
First guy in there.
unable to get any yardage. He'll be dropped again at the 10. Third down and 2.
Gain on the play.
Less than 1:40 now before halftime.
That'll bring up 3rd and about 2.
Ball on the right hash, maybe a quick toss left again.
Possibility of
Possible
it.
formation, that of the power. Toss, Wilson. Seal him inside. He's to the 5. Break the tackle.
He's going to get in.
Wilson, touchdown. 10-yard run, Christopher Wilson. Seminoles on the board.
Beautiful cutback that time. Jedediah Stevens playing free safety, come up to the tackle. Wilson playing at his feet, cut back inside and took it in. Seminoles right in this ball game.
And Monroe Central will spend their final timeout. They'll go for 2, I'm quite certain. But that's, you know, we've said this before, and we'll probably say it several more times tonight. This is the best that the offense has moved the ball, maybe all year, but definitely since the River game.
Well, and we've talked about it. They've done it on the ground. We've talked about, that's been a key in the Jay Sircosta offense for going on 30 years, is establish a running game. The Seminoles are doing that tonight.
And that's 6 points along.
That will be, I believe, Christopher Wilson's 3rd touchdown of the year. He moves into the team lead. I believe only the 6th time that the Seminoles have been in the end zone now in 7 games.
I want to mention, Jeff, that was a nice call on your part there. You've got the mic on there. I don't know if that zipped across to the coaches over there or what, but a nice call.
I try to get 1 or 2 right per season. But, with the success of the quick toss earlier in the first down, a nice gain. And you could see there, a nice job of seal blocking there by the wingback, who I'm not sure if that was Eric Brown or Adam Jones or who was lined up that time, but that wingback did a nice job of blocking. And then, as you say, Christopher Wilson did a real nice job of cutting back away from the Shenandoah tackler and going to the end zone. Seminoles will go for 2, shotgun formation. Conrad and Brown to the right, but we're going to get a whistle prior to the snap. And that comes from the umpire behind the defensive line, which could indicate false start Seminoles, and that was the signal.
Seminoles weren't set on the offensive line that time. A little bit of moving around there as the ball was snapped.
but another 5-yard step off, which now puts the ball back to the 8-yard line.
Right there, son, that comes with experience. I mean, yeah, this is, a lot of these guys are in their first varsity season. You keep bringing up the youth thing, but, you know, it's somewhat the quarterback's job to make sure everyone's set. We were going on a quick snap, and guys were moving around still.
Well, some confusion there, you know, as the Seminoles pretty late getting to the huddle. Now you run the risk of a delay of game penalty. They get the snap off. George wants to throw. He throws it for Stevens off his fingertips. No good. But Seminoles do a nice job after the Eric Brown kickoff return, driving it down. And with 1:15 remaining before halftime, Shenandoah 12, Monroe Central 8.
Plenty of time with the Zeps type of offense that they run here. You know they're going to come out and try. They aren't going to come out and keep the ball on the ground. They're going to come out and throw the ball. This would be a great situation for the Seminoles to intercept a pass. You know, even if you didn't do anything with it, intercept a pass and keep this momentum going into that second half.
You would really, though, not think that Shenandoah would do anything too fancy here unless they get a good kickoff return. But, you know, we'll see. You know, probably a little tighter situation than what they've been used to being in. Really, the only close games that they've had thus far was their Ridgewood game and their Union Local game. But the Ridgewood game was close, I think, throughout. The Union Local, I believe, scored late to make that game a little bit closer. But I know by halftime last week it was like 40-something to nothing when they played Bridgeport. Adam Jones will kick off.
1:15 left to play in the first half.
Important for good coverage here by the Seminoles.
Yeah, kick is away.
Hits a man up front. Ball's loose and covered by a Zep.
One of the up men at about the 46-yard line.
Intentional or just happened to hit a guy?
I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. I think it was meant to go on down the field, stay on the ground. Fortunate for the Zeps that the ball bounced to the side and not straight back at the Knowles.
But I agree with you. I think probably he was trying to kick it a low line drive and just a Shenandoah player was in the way, because now this gives Shenandoah excellent field position now at the 46-yard line, and something you really don't want to give them. And they will now look to throw. Stephen with a ton of time goes across the middle. Incomplete. Number 4 is Eibel, who had a hand on the ball. I'm not sure if Chris Yoho might have got a fingertip on it or not.
2nd and 10.
Yoho come across that time. Field reaction drill there. It didn't appear to me that he got his hand on the ball, but sometimes those receiver off takes a lot of concentration to come up with that catch.
1:07, 2nd and 10. But as I said, you know, the good field position now will give Shenandoah the opportunity to throw. They have a couple of timeouts left. Stevens wants Stephen to throw. Across the middle. Tipped. Intercepted. Christopher Wilson. Still on his feet. He'll get to the 47-yard line.
There we go, Jeff. That's what I'm talking about. Seminoles with the ball about the 42-yard line and still got 54 seconds to go. So I look for Monroe Central to put the ball in the air a few times here.
Seminoles have no timeouts remaining. All right, a quick change of film there, as this has been a very long first half. George wants to throw deep, going for Conrad, intercepted by Stevens. He's going to return it up near the 30-yard line before Brown will bring him down. Jedediah Stephen with his 3rd interception.
Stevens doing an excellent job of playing free safety is all you can say about that. Conrad running the out and up.
3-yard line.
Well, in that situation, the free safety doesn't let anybody get behind him, and different times tonight he has done the job of the free safety 3 times with overthrown balls, and he's been able to cover the ground and make the play. And you know, I say he's all over the field, and he's done a great job, you know, kicking the ball, running the offense, and playing defensive back. And he'll look to throw. Lobs it up. Incomplete. Johnson, the intended receiver. Brown, the defender, and Eric Brown used the sideline as an extra defender there.
That was a better job by Brown that time, getting his head turned around. Ball was in a bad spot for him, but he still played that right. And, you know, staying with the man. Don't stop to turn around and look at the ball. Keep running. He found the ball, and a nice defensive play.
But a very long first half here with the scoring and the passing. I don't remember too many times where Dale's been forced to change film during the first half. Draw play, Lucas. He'll be hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Trying to catch the Seminoles off guard that time, and I would say that Shenandoah's probably they're going to let this clock run down. They may run one more play, try to throw something deep.
Daniel Smithberger made the initial hit at the line of scrimmage or in the backfield. 10 seconds clock running. They'll get one more play off. Steven will run, hit Weibel, driven out of bounds, halftime.
Out of time in the first half. Let these guys know they did a good job.
So that takes us to halftime. Shenandoah 12, Monroe Central 8.
Last call on program 123, 123. Last call.
Third quarter of action. We'll get the coin toss reenacted at the center of the field here. Shenandoah will receive the second half kickoff. 12-8, Shenandoah leading. Had a thought this week, Lance, to run by you here. You take a look at all the good teams that we've had over the decade of the 90s, and there's been several of them. There's always been a couple of places on the schedule that were gimmies. You know, the teams that we knew we were going to beat by just showing up. I'd like to take one of those good teams, whatever your favorite team is, or anybody out there watching favorite team is, and stack them up against the schedule that the Seminoles are playing this year, where everybody on our schedule that we've played thus far is anywhere from pretty good to expecting to be as good as they've been in a long time.
Well, two teams come to mind. To my mind at this point, I've watched football since 1969, I think I started watching, not giving any age away, but two of the best teams that come to mind to me were, and I can't even think of what class it was, but John Knowlton, Steve Shoemaker, Mike Linehauser, Matt Ludwig,
about
that
90,
group of teams.
1991, 1990, something there, I believe.
That team steamrolled a lot of teams and ran into a steamroller of a team at Newark Catholic with Rob Kelly. And then the team with Luke Shoemaker, Dustin Robinson, Joe Kress, Keith Blazer. Those guys, they destroyed several teams as well. I wasn't that impressed with Fort Fry. And I heard a halftime score, which we were taking a break there of 20-0. Bellsville's putting it on them. Take nothing away from Bellsville, but I wasn't that impressed with Fort Fry. We made just tons of mistakes in some of the other ball games. I pit those two teams against anybody we've played though.
But there's been some other good teams I think would have a little more difficulty against some of the teams we've played this year. And they're going to call Eibel down, took the ball out of his own 17 or 18 yard line on his knee.
That was the head official that made the call, so I believe that was the right call. I couldn't tell from here, but nice break for the Seminoles.
Well, down at that end of the field to our left, I haven't seen much that's happened down there all night, so I couldn't see that real well, but both the head official and the line judge on the far side come in right away and made the call. So you're really, possibly a break for the Seminoles here as they trail 12-8 as we start the third period. If they can make a good play defensively, and with the exception of the one good Shenandoah drive, the defense has played well.
Handoff is to Lucas, number 44.
Mike Lucas. He's going to get to the 20-yard line, a pickup of a couple yards.
I'll tell you what, I like that play right there for the Seminole defense because Lucas was running hard and Monroe Central stayed right with him, wrapped him up, and didn't let him didn't let him loose. So hold him to just a minimal gain, a little over a yard.
Led by number 70, Randall Seifert.
Not a lot of yards rushing by Shenandoah the first half, only about 72.
One on the play, brings up 2nd and 9.
Jedediah Stephen wants to throw, steps away from some pressure, throws it,
Incomplete.
and I believe he may have thrown that ball away intentionally there at the feet of an intended receiver. But he had some pressure and did a good job to unload it.
Nice job with the pressure. Something I like to see there, Chris Wilson gave the receiver a little shot there. The ball, it was close enough. The whistle hadn't blown. You can't let the guys think that they can run loose out there. I played receiver, and Yeah, those guys aren't going to come up and hit you. You like that. You know, you gain confidence. Hey, throw me the ball. These guys aren't that tough. So nice job of Wilson there letting him know that he was there.
Next time he may look over his shoulder.
Exactly.
They'll give the ball to Lucas. He'll be to the 25-yard line, but that's short of a first down. Seminole defense is going to force Shenandoah to go 1-2-3 kick at the start of the third quarter.
Exactly what we needed.
5-yard pickup. It's going to be fourth and a good 3. But now the Seminoles, who have moved the ball well, first half had over 128 yards, I believe, rushing. One of their best performances of the year. A little bit of a high snap. Low line drive kick. It's going to hit again. And Wilson will take the hop, get some yardage, gets a block out near midfield. Christopher Wilson, who's not been back a lot this year, returning punts, doing a super job tonight.
Picked up a big block by Adam Conrad that time. Adam Conrad sort of sacrificed his body. You got a guy running full speed down the field. Just stepped in front of him, enabled Wilson to get about 10 to 12 more yards on the return.
It's a nice tandem back there. I'll block for you. Now when I get it, you block for me.
Exactly.
Seminoles in Shenandoah territory at the 48-yard line for their first third period possession. George wants to throw. Zips it out. Complete. Conrad. Big gain down the sideline. 30. 20. Cuts back. Near 30-yard pickup. The Zep defender went for the interception. Come up empty. And it's a big gain.
Excellent concentration that time by Adam Conrad because the Zep defender dove right in front of him for the ball, wasn't able to come in with it. Adam concentrated well, caught the ball. There he is back here again on defense for the Zeps, saving the touchdown this time, Jedediah Stephen, but Monroe Central, great field position early.
George to the second back through.
Seminoles going to something that time that had worked well in the first half. Zeps were up to stop it this time. Looked like Wilson for, well, no gain.
Trying to get all my notes together here about missed the play, but Chris Wilson
second and 10
to the line of scrimmage with that 30-yard pickup. And as you said, they're the gamble with the defensive back. You come up empty. That let Conrad have some running room, and he made it a big play.
Well, the key to the play was the zip that George put on the ball.
Here's Conrad, quick out. He's going to get 5 yards.
Down at the 15-yard line.
About 4 yards, call it to the 15.
About 4 on the play.
Nice job of just getting strong that time by Adam Conrad and carrying that tackler with him for about an extra 3 yards. Give the Seminoles a little better shot at a first down.
Third down and about, call it 6. It's either 3rd and 6 as we see it or 3rd and 3 as the scoreboard sees it.
Be nice if we had the 3, but it's clearly 6. Need to get to about the 9.
Ball on the 15. George wants to throw. He's got a man. Complete. Brown. End zone. Touchdown. Seminoles.
Touchdown Seminoles.
15-yard touchdown pass. Michael George, Eric Brown.
I'll tell you what, Jeff, gets me excited, and you look over at that Seminole bench, and they are fired up. Like I said earlier, if these guys can get fired up and stay fired up, they can make this a ball game tonight.
For the first time this year, the Zeps trail. Chris Yoho will try the extra point placement.
Point after will be attempted by Yoho.
Seminoles going to take a timeout first. Chris hadn't attempted an extra point since the first extra point attempt of the season. He hasn't been back out there. Been working on that in some of the JV games, and we're going to give him another shot here tonight.
14-12.
Who cares? This is the only Seminoles on today.
We'll see after the timeout whether the Seminoles change their decision. I would say no. Make sure they have everything in line and not to get a penalty. But Chris Yoho will attempt an extra point from placement for just the second time this year. And as you said, he has kicked some points in some JV games and has done a much better job.
You get to this point, you go up 3, but the key is you get another touchdown, you're up 9, forces the Zeps to score twice.
Huddle shift back to the right. Snap is good. Kick it down. It looks good from here.
Right down the middle.
The Seminoles take a 15-12 lead. With 8:47 left to play in the third quarter.
Excellent job by Chris here that time. Nice job of the line blocking. He put some foot into that, Jeff. He changed his approach a little bit. Been working with Steve Hicks, former kicker down in Morgantown for WVU. He was able to really get some foot into it. I guess the problem he had, he was coming in a little too much from the side. He come in, as you saw there, a good bit more from behind. Nice job.
The coach decided to work on him and cutting down the distance as he stepped back. He's getting too far away from the ball.
.34 Jones will be kicking off for the Seminoles. And Idle number 4, back deep. Also back there, number 6 Johnson, number 24 Fortune.
Jeff having a little bit of audio difficulty here, so going to put you through having to listen to me for a few minutes. Adam Jones set to kick off for the Seminoles. See number 4, Eibel, deep for the Zeps. Got the Zeps in a hole last time to put his knee down about the 18. Got a flag on the play. Monroe Central offsides on the kickoff as the flag come down here at about the 40-yard line. So they're going to be forced to kick again, this time back to 35.
We'll try again. Is that any better? Okay. I'm not sure. I got so many cords and things in my pocket here. I'm not sure if something was loose or what happened. I probably said something brilliant during that time that you couldn't hear me.
Program 28. You've got a 12-pack of Coke up here if you want it. Last call. Program number 28.
Okay, as you called Seminoles offside, I believe somebody with that momentum probably anxious to get down and make that play. So you like the enthusiasm that's now on the Monroe Central side of the field as they lead the undefeated Shenandoah Zeps 15-12. But there's still 8 minutes and 47 seconds remaining in the third period. So lots of football left to play. It's just nice to score 2 touchdowns in a game.
Things are coming together. Extra point kick. Get that ball on the ground.
It's going to go. Bounce, 15-yard line. Eibel will break loose and get near the 40-45-yard line. Gabe Gordon on the tackle, but a nice
will take over, 1st and 10.
Saw Aaron Cease that time coming in from the left side. He took out a blocker. Wasn't able to get his footing back and get around to make the tackle, but nice return with the Zep. Seminole defense put to the test again now.
Shenandoah to go 3 plays and punt on the first Zep possession in the third quarter. A little better field position by Shenandoah here for their second possession. And as we said,
Shenandoah
first
ball,
time this year, Shenandoah
43-yard line, 1st and 10, Stevens.
They'll give to
And
Ryer.
Ryer, number 22, gets back to the line of scrimmage and maybe a yard.
Nice job by, looked like Jeremy Kenny. T.J. Stevens also there, but Kenny just took his feet out from under him and only allowed him to pick up about a yard on the play. So that's the key to the first series, Jeff. Twice on the ground, not enough, and a good pass rush when they did go to throw the ball. That's going to be the key for the Seminoles defense right now, is to stop the run and get some pass rush.
And we've seen Randall Seaford in on a lot of plays on that defensive line also.
Stevens,
This is
to
Ryer.
Ryer.
Some more running
Straight
here.
ahead.
Break the tackle, stumble. He's brought down by Conrad.
Not so sure that shouldn't have been a motion penalty, Jeff. Looked to me like the fullback took off before the ball got snapped that time, but no call. We're going to take the ball clear down to the 33-yard line. Talk about stopping the run and good tackling and stuff, just lack of good tackling that time by the Noles.
He had a lot of room, and if he hadn't stumbled, he might have been able to sprint to that outside. This is Ryer once again. Jeremy Kenny bring him down near the line of scrimmage.
Jeremy Kenny, we called his name several times tonight. We need for the man-child to keep playing this type of football.
For the Seminoles, led by Adam Jones, one of the linebackers.
Not going to get anything on that play. It's going to bring up second down and 10.
Second and 10.
Second down, 10. They'll give to
Hand
Ryer
off to
once
Ryer,
again.
number 22.
He'll
straight
did
ahead.
break loose of the tackle, and Eric Brown able to finish off, but Ryer just about
Inside the
popped out of there.
30-yard line.
It's going to pick up about 5 yards on the play again. Bring up.
Pick up a 5, 6 on the play.
It's going to bring up third and about 5. Says here with battling standpoints in the game. The announcer coming in real clear up here, I think. Jeff again with some sound system maintenance here. I'm going to go ahead and make the call for you. Twins to the left for the Zeps. Stevens going to fake the handoff, roll that way.
Rolls out, looks, throws.
He's going to complete that pass. Looks like
Over on the far side.
Looks like number 1, I believe.
The number 1, Lucas Robinson.
Lucas Robinson, a junior, making the catch for a first down at the Seminoles 16-yard line. So Seminoles unable to come up with the stop on third down.
Okay, how's that? Did I plug it into the right spot? How many yards on that play, Lance?
Person 10, Jeff Ball.
Not sure, Jeff.
Hands off. Ryer
Ryer again. Christopher Wilson will bring him down.
behind the line.
Again, no gain.
Loss on the play of check out. He made it back to the line of scrimmage. No loss.
I'm going to give him no gain on the play. Bring up second down and 10 here.
5:30 left to play in the third quarter.
So second and 10. The defense really needs to hold here to try to protect that Seminole lead.
The Zeps not put the ball on the ground. You can tell it's a little chilly out there. Seeing the steam come off the guys. Be a nice place for a turnover right in here.
Second and 10.
Stevens the throw for the end zone.
Nice job that time.
Incomplete.
Christopher Wilson coming up and separating the receiver from the football right at the last second in the end zone. It's going to bring up third down and 10. Situation where Stevens put a little bit too much air under the ball that time.
And it sure looked like it had a chance to be a completion if the receiver had held the ball, but the hit by Christopher Wilson was the reason he didn't hold it.
Excellent job that time by the officials. We didn't give them very much credit, but the official on this side was right there and made the call. So many times guys are out of position and can't make the right call because they don't actually see it. Nice job of getting down there by him, though.
Stephen looks to run now. Now he'll throw the end zone. Intercepted.
In the end zone, Monroe Central, they're going to give it to him. That's a touchback. Seminole's going to take over first down at the 20-yard line.
Christopher Wilson, we think. But again, it looked like he had a man in the end zone, but again, a nice job. It looked like he was going to run. He pulled up and threw the ball on the far side. And couldn't tell for sure, but it may have been Christopher Wilson. But
pretty sure that's who it was. That's who they were congratulating on the sideline that time.
Second Shenandoah interception. Seminoles protect that lead. Some problems in the backfield. Duvall will tackle Adam Jones in the backfield, but a little bit of a problem there as Joris and his fullback Gordon ran together. And as a result, the timing was off, and Adam Jones will lose 3 yards. Second down and 13. Real important for the Seminoles to at least get some yardage if they're not able to score. Delay. First down.
We got a late flag that time in there, and I believe we may have a late hit. Not sure. The flag came in real late. right at the point, you had about 5 Zeps over there.
The play is going to gain about 20 yards.
Big run by Chris Wilson.
We'll let the officials sort this out. No signal yet.
Saw some clapping on the Seminole sideline.
Face mask.
Another face mask.
And it's a big one. Moving the ball down across the 50-yard line to the Jet 49-yard line.
That's going to put Christopher Wilson and Adam Jones up over the 60 yards rushing. A nice 1-2 punch. But the 15-yard step off gives excellent field position. Looks like Wilson again.
Eric Brown this
Eric
time.
Brown.
The tackle made by Lucas 44.
That's
And
almost 6 yards
6
on
yards.
first down. I believe that's Brown's first carry. So several different Seminoles again in the backfield for the offense. Every one of them picking up decent yardage.
And the Shenandoah penalty was their 4th, and they've all 4 been major step-offs. Toss right side, Wilson. Trying to get outside. No luck. He'll be brought down. Number 20, Duvall, was able to fight through the attempted block by Adam Jones. Wilson will get back to the line of scrimmage.
Like to see him come back with that same play, the quick toss to the wide side of the field. Seminoles sort of ran out of room over there. Wilson was forced to turn it up a little quicker than I think he'd like to have.
3rd down and about 4. Ball on the 43-yard line. Shotgun handoff. Fools no one. A lot of green shirts.
It's Gabe Gordon.
He will lose about 4 yards.
Taken down for a loss of about 5 on the play, and that moves the ball back to about the 47. That'll bring us 4th and 9.
I'm not sure that I've said a yardage at any time tonight that the PA guy had said the same thing.
39 for a first down.
I haven't really been able to pick up what he's saying there, Jeff.
So 4th down, Gabe Gordon will have to punt the ball away. But again, a couple plays and that penalty enables Monroe Central to get some field position. And now a good punt by Gordon can put Shenandoah deep. Kicks away. It's high, not very deep. But it's going to hit and take a nice roll. But unfortunately, it's going to bounce up and hit a Seminole down there and be down. I think it might be Tyler Shoemaker that just had the ball bounce up and hit him. Not a whole lot Tyler could do. That ball probably would have rolled another 5 to 8, maybe 10 yards.
Yeah, you watched the end of that. A smart job that time by Chris Wilson because the officials hadn't blown the ball dead yet. Shenandoah is at no risk whatsoever to come up and pick that ball up and take off with it. He comes up and touches the ball and Monroe Central grabs it. It's nothing. They still get the ball right there.
That's exactly right. And as you say, that's a nice job by Christopher Wilson to make the play and down the ball. Shenandoah on their own 22-yard, and they'll give to Ryer, and he's going to be dropped again in the backfield.
Taken down for a loss.
Hustling Randall Seifert again on the stop.
And in on the tackle was number 66, Smithberger.
And they call Smithberger also, but a loss of a yard by
77, Kenny,
the running back,
on the tackle.
which I believe was Ryer once again.
Ball from 2 brings up 2nd and 12.
Seifert coming clear across that time from, he's playing here on the left side of the defensive front, comes clear across and makes the stop along the right, against our right side.
Stevens wants to throw. He's getting some pressure. He has Johnson who drops the ball. He was in front of Brown. Again, some good pressure by a lot of people up front for the Seminoles.
That'll bring up 3rd and 12.
I don't think you can say enough about what the job that the defensive front, Daniel Smithberger, Randall Seifert, and others has done.
Well, that's it. You know, you're forcing Jedediah Stevens to throw the ball from about a 10 to 12-yard drop, and that's not how their offense is set up to go. You look, Monroe Central needs to keep their heads in the ball game right now because there's some heads dropping for the Zeps. You know, a mistake that time, a mental error, not catching the ball. So, yeah, Monroe Central a chance here to really take advantage of this.
Steven wants to throw. He's going deep. Johnson able to correct himself and make the play.
Out of bounds.
Eric Brown just took entirely too much time to find the ball that time. He back in decent position, looked around and couldn't find the ball. That's the third time they've tried that play against him, and he's done a pretty good job. Like I said, he didn't fall for the fake. He was back here, just got to find the ball a little quicker.
But again, it's a big play by Shenandoah on 3rd and long, 33-yard pickup to Johnson. That's his third catch now for 66 yards. And Shenandoah in pretty good shape. They'll run Ryer again. He'll slip down. He may have been hit by Jones, and then he's covered by Stevens.
Smithburger in there also.
22 by number 22, T.J. Stevens.
But, you know, they've done a pretty good job with the exception of one play, keeping the Shenandoah running backs bottled up here in this second half. Ryer had one nice gain. They're going to let the clock run down and not run another play. So we have played 3 periods. Could this be the upset we've been waiting for? Monroe Central 15, Shenandoah 12.
Shenandoah 12.
Ormat Credit Union is exploding with membership opportunities.
Lance, I think for the Seminoles and their defense, this is a very big possession of the Zeps. If they can keep Shenandoah off the board, then they force them to do some things that they don't want to do the next time they get the ball.
That's right. Yeah, the Zeps, decent field position, the 42, but still a long ways to go to get to the end zone. Monroe Central needs to just keep playing hard, keep hitting that ball carrier. Yeah, like I said, we haven't seen the ball on the ground yet.
Shenandoah has 2 interceptions, but no fumbles. And there's a hit in the backfield by Daniel Smithburger, and that could have been that first fumble, but was not.
Smithburger was there right now. He came through and put a big hit on 22 that time. You know, Ryer's carried the ball several times and had some good success. Everything that Shenandoah runs, we've mentioned it before, everything that they run is based off of that pass. They run a lot of sprint draws, and you have to honor them. Smithburger did a nice job. He knocked the running back down and still would have been in good pursuit had it been a fake.
3rd down 11. Steven wants to throw. He's going deep again. Gordon on the coverage on Eibel, incomplete. Nice coverage by the freshman Gabe Gordon.
Gordon turned around. Yeah, and in defense of Eric Brown, if the ball's thrown like that on the pass earlier, you know, Brown can make a play on it. The ball was put right where it needed to be. That time the ball's to the inside. Gabe Gordon right where he needed to be. Shenandoah ball player had to fight through him in order to get to it and wasn't able to do that.
The Zep line of scrimmage there. Monroe Central 45, 4th and 11. Probably too early to think about a fake. Confusion now as the Zeps are trying to get people on the field. And they'll finally get a number 31 runs in there and gets set. And they get it off. Stevens again with a short drop. Will aim it for the sideline and go out of bounds somewhere around the 20-yard line. And that looks like where they'll spot it on the 20.
25-yard punt. So Monroe Central needing to get a couple more big plays here and get that ball down the field. Need to get the ball to the end zone, Jeff.
11-11 remaining in the game. Seminoles leading by 3. And that's a case, too, where, you know, you ask a high school kicker to go toward the sideline from that position on the field. That's a lot more difficult than what a lot of people realize. You know, if we could go 80 yards and take about 11 minutes, that'd be nice.
Coach and I would have a much more enjoyable show for you next Thursday night.
Joris hands off on a straight dive.
Off the left side, tackling there by Lucas Robinson.
And that's Adam Jones.
Number 1.
He's going to get 3 yards.
And number 44, Mike Lucas.
Straight dive. That play is nothing fancy. That is a simple. Our guy's going to block your guy. We're going to hand off the ball to our running back, and that can make some big plays. You get through that first line right there, and you've got a pretty good head of steam up. It could be a big gain.
If you do the job on the lineman, it's going to be a big gainer. This time is no gain. Wilson, I believe, the ball carrier, but he'll fight to get back to the line of scrimmage. Third down and about 7.
Four Shenandoah front line members that time in the backfield for the Seminoles. So need to do a little better job there. Haven't seen the tight end called yet tonight, and look for it right here. Great catch by Adam Jones. That's going to be a first down.
And the Shenandoah coaches wanting an incomplete pass, but they're not going to get it. So that is a first down. Ball out to the 33-yard line.
Ball started at the 34-yard line. Pass complete.
About 9 yards to Jones.
Nice job by Adam Jones of knowing where he is on the field. You make the same catch for 6 yards, and it's fourth down. We're forced to punt. He got down the field before he turned around. Michael Joris right on the money with it.
It's nice to convert some big third downs rather than have them converted against us. Wilson, again, a lot of penetration on the far side by the Zeps. And Wilson will go to the ground, and he may actually lose a yard on the play.
Seminoles keep pounding that left side. Had a lot of success that first half against the right side behind Jeremy Kinney and Tyler Shoemaker. So hopefully look for him to try this side here.
And Lucas, number 44.
Get another hole.
Ball right in the middle of the field.
7, still quarterbacking the Seminoles. Drops back.
George to throw. Out. Complete. Far side. Conrad.
6 yards. That's right what you want there.
Yeah. Short of the first down, but as you say, get part of it.
Got about 3 to go here. Put yourself in a lot better position at 3rd and 3 instead of incompletion or no gain. It actually would have been closer to 11 had they not completed the pass. About 7 yards.
And more like 7 yards, 3rd and 4. Another big third down. Quick toss again, outside. Wilson, first down.
Outside, enough for a first down. Across the 50 to about the 46-yard line.
About 7 yards, and that's the third time tonight we've seen that quick toss to Christopher Wilson result in good yardage.
Seems to be quick toss left side. Off tackle right side been the way that the Seminoles have had the success on the ground tonight. Yeah, we scored the touchdown on that play, had a big gain on that play. You expect coach to come back to it. Wait till they stop us on it.
Another first down, clock nearing 8 minutes.
Overload to the right this time for the Noles.
And that's what you don't need.
Seminoles come up with the
Seminoles
ball.
have the football. Oh, baby. Adam Jones was scurrying to get back.
Change the call.
I think he pointed the wrong way, Lance. I believe he pointed the wrong way.
Well, now it's recovered by the ref.
Big hit that time on Jones. Ball popped right out. That's, like you said, that is not what we needed. That's what we needed when we were on defense.
Coach Acosta upset on the far sideline, but I'm quite sure that's the case there where the official come up, trying to make that exciting call, and he just pointed the wrong way. Because from our vantage point, it sure looked like a Shenandoah guy was on it, but we are a long way off. So at 8:01 left in the game, the Zeps are going to get excellent field position at the 39-yard line. And, boy, here we go again, asking this defense to do a job. Lucas Shoemaker will bring him down after a short gain. But that is the 4th Monroe Central turnover.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
2-yard pickup for Lucas. Last week we saw Lindsley overcome 5 turnovers and win the game. You usually don't have a large number and still win. And Seminoles with 4 turnovers, but still holding on to a lead now with 7:30 remaining.
Ball's on the ground again.
Jedediah fumbles the football. That's the fumble you've been looking for, as he didn't come out of there with it, but Steven able to get back on the ball. He'll lose a yard or 2.
Fumble recovered by number 8, Steven.
Big third down situation again here. 3rd and about 8.
Brings it
close to 9, 3rd and 9 on the play.
Line will be 3rd and 9.
Again, the Zeps in a 3rd and long situation.
See Chris Yoho in for the Seminoles on defense. Looks like they have some type of a nickel package here. So, pretty sure that Stephen's going to be throwing the ball here. Extra defensive back in to stop it.
He will try to throw. Going to the right side. Going deep. A lot of contact. No flag.
Conrad able to get his hand on the ball, and that's what kept the flag from being thrown. Was he went up, got his hand on the ball, and knocked it down. 4th and 9.
Intended receiver. Conrad, as you say, great defensive play. 6:36 on the clock. Ball at the 38-yard line.
Looks like the Zeps they're going to go for it here. Here's Coach Weston talking to fella he's sending a play. Looks like he's talking to one of the receivers here. They're going to go.
This may be the biggest defensive play of the year. Sometimes we get a little bit too dramatic, but when you've had a tough time as the Seminoles have had this year, this may be, the play of the game. Can a defensive play be your Citizens National Bank play of the game? Stephen wants to throw. Throwing downfield, complete. Eibel will make the play.
Down to about the 7-yard line, 8-yard line, where the Zeps will have it 1st and goal.
And a big 4th down conversion by the Zeps. But again, Stevens, putting some pressure on the outside. When you think he's going to run, he pulls up and throws, and it's a big 1st down.
Well, I hate to bring the contain thing up again, but we didn't keep contain on that outside and gave him entirely too much time to look things over out there.
And now
the backs can cover for so long, but it's hard to stay with the guy for very long.
The Zeps are going to be hard to keep out of the end zone now from 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Lucas keeps his balance and gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Shenandoah. The Zeps back on top.
Michael, number 44, takes the ball to the 8-yard line. And 18 for Shenandoah. Touchdown, and that makes the score Shenandoah 18. Monroe Central 15.
Three-point lead. Zeps will go for the single point. Stephen, left-footed kicker. This one's right through. Kick is good. 5:56 remaining in the game. Shenandoah 19, Monroe Central 15.
Program 103 and program number 30. Last call.
There earlier in the game, Lance, Seminoles able to overcome the 3 first-half interceptions and still take the lead in the 3rd quarter. But the fumble, which gave Shenandoah field position about the Monroe Central 40-yard line, and then the big 4th down pass, there's that one play, puts Shenandoah in business, and they now take a 4-point lead with 5:56 left. But as you have said, Seminoles have done a pretty nice job of moving the ball, so there's still plenty of time.
Well, need to get a big kickoff return here. We've shown signs of being able to do that. It'd be nice to get a nice kickoff return here to the Zep side of the field.
We have seen Eric Brown in particular make a couple of nice kickoff returns. Cease, Conrad, and Brown deep. Eric Brown on the far side, and that has been the direction they're going as they're lining the ball up on that right hash mark. So Stephen, the kickoff.
Steve, Brown, and Conrad deep for the Seminoles.
It's a squib kick, low, up back. Stevens is going to take it, 25, 23-yard line. TJ Stevens, a short return. So the Seminoles are going to need to go about 77 yards.
28-yard line.
With 5:50 left in the game and 2 Seminole timeouts.
Shenandoah thinking exactly as we were thinking up here, hoping that's keep the ball away from Brown, keep the ball away from Conrad back there. It's like about the 29-yard line where they're going to take the ball over here.
7, the quarterback.
Another fumble. Brown able to get back on. They sweep to the right.
Recovered by the Seminoles.
At the line of scrimmage from the 29 back to the 23.
Same play that's been so good to the Seminoles, just about backfired right there. Did backfire for 6-yard loss, but a quick toss to this side. Brown had a little bit of running room out there. The ball bounced off his back shoulder pad.
But again, a loss on a first down play puts you into a very difficult 2nd and 16 situation. Joris in the shotgun.
Back to pass, look.
Going down the middle. TJ Stevens. Complete.
Right at the first down
First
marker.
down. There's your tight end.
They're going to give him a first down there. It's a pickup of about 15, 16 yards on it to TJ.
Nice hit by number 30.
Ball's out to almost the 40-yard line now.
On the pass from George.
Well, even though the announcer just said Jones, that was clearly number 22, TJ Stevens.
Nice
First
job
down
of
to 40.
somebody at the top of the screen that time picking up a blocker for Joris, give him some more time.
After a nice throw in the previous play, this quick out for Conrad, not as good a throw. Michael Joris had several completions in a row. That incompletion now makes him 9 for 16. But at one time in the game, I believe he was 1 of 5 or 1 of 6. 2nd and 10. Nose of the football at the just shy of the 40-yard line. Seminoles still 60 yards away.
George, back to pass, incomplete.
Almost intercepted. Johnson, the defender. Jones, the intended receiver. And if Johnson had been able to make that play, this game may have ended.
He had clear sailing in front of him. Held his hands wrong. He came through for the interception. He had his palms pointing down. You need to come through there with your palms pointing up and make that catch.
First instinct, I guess he's thinking of just knock the ball down.
Big third down play here for the Seminoles.
George wants to throw, trying to get outside. Gets a block. Running room, Michael Joris. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the first down. 8-yard pickup. Nice scramble, one of the best we've seen this year by Michael Joris.
It's going to bring up a big, big fourth down. Seminoles need some fourth down magic of our own now.
Ball just shy of midfield. 4:35. No decision to be made. If you give the ball up right here, you may not see it back before this game ends. 4th down, 2. Power I. First down and more. 35, 30. Wilson. Big first down, Seminoles.
Clear down to the 26-yard line. Nothing fancy, Jeff. Off tackle for the Seminoles.
26 yards for Christopher Wilson. Christopher Wilson now a varsity career high 92 yards rushing. 4:15 left, stoppage of play, officials. Little chain problem. 4:14 on the clock. Clock now running. Shenandoah leading 19-15. Brown gets some yardage across the 25, 24-yard line. Pickup of a couple.
Number 44, Lucas. Pickup of about a yard on the play.
Ball close to the 23-yard line. Call it 2, 2nd and 8. Clock may become a factor soon. 3:35 running. George wants to throw. Down the middle. He's got a man. Incomplete. Brown off his hands. Third and 8.
Not a lot to say there, Jeff. Eric was able to get behind the defender. A nice play action call that time. The Seminoles just ball right through the wicket.
Sometimes you want to be critical of not real good passing numbers, but we've had more than our share of dropped balls this year. Jorce once again, screen pass, fumbled out of bounds. It will be a completion.
They're going to call it incomplete now. See the official on the backside there calling that incomplete, so it's going to bring up a fourth and about 8 or 9.
They're going to talk about it. Monroe Central will spend a timeout. It is incomplete as you called, Lance. Monroe Central will spend a timeout. 4th and 8.
About 8 for the Seminoles with 3:17 left to play. The ball spotted.
Gordon catching the ball out there to the far side of the field, but there was a couple Shenandoah defenders, so not a lot of yardage to be gained right there, I don't think.
Yeah, the screen had nobody fooled, and from here it looked like, the reception maybe was made, but the official that had a pretty good look at it, Gabe maybe did not have possession, was juggling the ball, the reason it went loose. The ball went out of bounds at about the line of scrimmage anyway, so it really, mattered not at all. 3:17 left, this 4th down play. Monroe Central will be down to 1 timeout, the ball at the 23-yard line. Both teams, there's a lot of big 3rd and 4th down conversions in this game. Seminoles going to need one more. Long yardage situation, probably a pass.
Haven't seen Preston Kilburn in the game for quite a while here. Not sure what the situation is with him. You see Conrad and TJ Stevens getting all the time from that tight end spot.
That's one disadvantage with us being on the opposite side of the Seminole bench. If there is a problem with an injury over there, we are not able to see. Here we go, 4th and 8. Joris wants to throw. Across the middle. Complete. Yes, it is.
What a catch by TJ Stevens.
Juggling catch.
Unbelievable catch. TJ showing great concentration that time. It's another perfect ball by Joris. Just seemed to be a little bit of jitters there for the Noles.
Down to about the 11-yard line.
Clock running. 1st down Seminoles. Ball just outside the 10. Seminoles can get a 1st down.
Just outside the 10-yard line.
They'll get back to the ground. Wilson will get a couple, maybe 3.
Down to about the 7-yard line. Pick up a 3 on the play.
Clock running, but still really not a factor when you're in this position on the field. 2:40 and running,
Yeah, you can run the ball every time here and not worry about running out of time. You don't want to leave Shenandoah a whole lot of time on the clock, but you got to get the ball in the end zone.
First things first, Joris wants to throw. Gets some backside pressure. He tries to get away. Incomplete. There will be incomplete. Shenandoah winning intentional grounding. Eric Brown was over in the corner of the end zone in that neighborhood, but because Joris was being hit as he throws, I think you really cannot call intentional grounding.
A little bit of maturity shown by Mr. Joris that time of getting rid of the ball, because he stood to lose about 15 yards if he hangs onto the ball right there.
Something that would not have happened 4 or 5 weeks ago. Ball just shy of the 7-yard line, 3rd and 6. Joris again, pressure, going for the corner of the end zone. Flag down, touchdown.
Touchdown Seminoles, and there's a flag. I believe it was defensive interference. Should be touchdown Monroe Central.
Is that Conrad?
Conrad with the big catch.
Conrad, 8-yard touchdown. Touchdown. And I think you called it again, Lance. Defensive pass interference. Seminoles retake the lead.
With 2:11 left to play, that makes the score Monroe Central 21, Shenandoah.
But lots of time going to be left. Monroe Central will spend their last time out to make sure they get things together for this extra point. Coach Acosta will come to the field and keep it there. 21-19. You kick to make it 22-19 to get that 3-point lead.
Well, you saw Stephen on that last extra point that Shenandoah kicked. He showed a lot of leg there. He's kicked the ball deep inside the 10 every time on kickoffs. So he has the leg. You want to get this extra point to at least force an overtime if they are able to kick a field goal.
What a ball game, Lance. One of the best we've seen in quite some time.
Well, I'll tell you, you gotta love these young guys as far as way they stick to it. There's 3 or 4 times where they could have put their heads down, put the tails between their legs, and gave up. They've kept fighting back.
Big extra point. Randall Seifert to snap. Adam Conrad to hold. Chris Yoho will try the extra point to try to give the Seminoles a 3-point lead. It's down. It's up. It will be wide. 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the game. Seminoles with a 21-19 lead. Lots of time left for the Zeps. Pressure once again, Seminole defense.
Seminoles needing to get a turnover. Zeps, yeah, they're plenty of time. I believe they have some timeouts left, so they're not into a position where they've got to throw the ball. Monroe Central needs to get some pressure on him when he does, get some pass coverage.
Difference of this game, Lance, if the score should stay the same, and we hope it does. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Blocked punt, safety. But outstanding quarterback, Jedediah Stephen, and some great receivers. We've seen this team cover some yardage and convert big plays, so lots of time remaining. 2 minutes, 11 seconds.
You mentioned Coach Shoemaker there during the halftime. I was able to find out, proud father of a bouncing baby girl number 2, so congratulations to Greg, Lauren, Daniel, and Molly. They've got a little sister.
Well, that's nice to know. And again, my congratulations, Coach Shoemaker. And unfortunately, I think this is what Coach was afraid of, that he'd miss this game and it would be a dandy. Jones, kick, line drive will hit and bounce, be bobbled around by the Zeps. He'll be hit. Good coverage. Christopher Wilson, TJ Stevens, Tyler Shoemaker, all down on coverage, along with Daniel Smithberger. Zeps will put it in play from their own 28. 2:06.
Plenty of time for the Zeps with the offense that they have here throwing the ball. They're going to send several guys out into these patterns. Right now, Monroe Central needs to watch the tight ends.
Stevens throw, setting up a screen. He's getting some pressure. There's Wuklich, and there's Seifert to bring him down from behind. Randall Seifert.
Might have gained a yard. Looks like no gain on that play. Set up well by the Zeps that time, but nice job by the junior, Randall Seifert, seeing what was going on and taking off and pursuing the play.
Second down and 10. Steven wants to throw. Picks the out the right side. Has a man. Complete. Johnson. Running room. Once again, the pressure that the quarterback puts on you when he gets to the outside.
Monroe Central taking an inside approach on the pass rush again. Seen it several times.
52 yards. First down, Shenandoah.
19-yard line.
That puts them into field goal position, Jeff. So Monroe Central needing to stick strong here.
1:12, clock running. Ryer will get a couple of yards. Shenandoah will spend a timeout. He'll get a yard.
1:03 left to play in the game.
Hard to understand how Johnson was able to get so wide open that time. There was no one near him when that ball was thrown. Monroe Central was only getting over there as the ball was in the air.
I guess it's easy to see how Johnson has averaged almost 40 yards of reception this year, as he has 113 yards, I believe, in 4 receptions tonight. That's pretty close to his 40-yard average. And that 52-yarder there. Ball at the 18-yard line. I think Shenandoah would really like to get the ball a little closer before they could think about a late field goal. I'm sure they would like to get the ball into the end zone. And you know that they're going to try, something wide. It seems like a little more effective when he rolls left than when he rolls right.
He does a nice job of throwing the ball rolling left, which is a hard thing to do at a young age, but he's shown he can do it quite well.
But the ball is at the 18-yard line, 1:03. I believe that may be Shenandoah's first timeout of the second half. Scoreboard here does not show timeouts. The Zeps being challenged really for the first time this year. Seminoles leading 21-19. 1:03 left.
Overload to the right side this
overloading F formation. Stevens will try to roll to the right. He's going to run for the sideline and get a first down inside the 10. I may have called the first down too soon. I can't tell where they're going to mark him.
10-yard line.
Pickup of about 8 yards.
It's like they're going to mark him about a foot short.
Third and about a foot.
But he was able to get out of bounds, which stops the clock at 56 seconds. But once again, putting pressure on the people on the outside. And this is similar to the same thing that he did last year when the Zeps were able to come down and tie the game in the final minute of the game. And it's going to clear some people off the sideline once again. There's some Monroe Central people there. Coach Acosta coming down to get them to back up, whether they're too close to the sideline or what the case may be. The ball is just shy of the 10-yard line. Third down and a yard.
Clock will stop on a first down here. 56 seconds to go, so plenty of time to get several plays off here for the Zeps.
And they're going to clear some more people off the sideline on that far side. And now we'll be ready to go. Ball ready for play.
Third and about a foot to go for a first down. Ball started right.
Single back is Lucas. They'll overload the formation to the left. Stephen will come this way. Gets his first down near the 3.
5-yard line to about the 3-yard line. Be a first down. 48 seconds left to play.
48 seconds. Clock stops while they move the chains. First and goal. Shenandoah still with a couple of timeouts. They can get a lot of plays off down here. Clock now running. Should be running. Not running. And the clock is not running. What kind of factor this may be, we don't know. Whistle, stoppage. False start, Zeps. That's where you'd like to be able to send word down to the sideline, and somebody down there to get attention to the officials that the clock was not running, and it should have been.
Bit of a break for the Noles there, punches them back out to the 8-yard line.
Illegal procedure against Shenandoah. Moves the ball back outside the 5-yard line.
Clock should start again here.
We're going to get a stoppage of play. And the official may, let's say what's going to happen.
Adjust the clock.
He's going to correct it back to 48 seconds.
He's quieting the band down. That's what he's doing right now.
Things continue to not go the Monroe Central way. Haven't seen that happen too many times. You want as much noise as you can from your crowd. The clock is still not running. And Shenandoah is definitely catching a break here. But as you said, Lance, I believe that should start after that penalty.
Should have started after the first down. The chains were reset.
Stevens wants to sprint out, gets some pressure, and throws it away. Adam Jones with the pressure. No flag. Second down.
And we talked about that the whole night with Contain. Adam Jones taking the right angle on the pass rush. When he rolls left, he seems to be getting outside a little bit easier.
Clock reads 39 seconds. We're not going to run out of tape again, are we, Dale? Because if we intercept this pass, I'd hate to miss it. Two receivers wide right. Stevens will look back to the left, throws. There's that tight end, Stotsberry, once again. And he's been wide open so many times on that drag pass. Shenandoah is going to retake the lead.
On a pass from Greg Stevens to Cole Stotsberry. Takes the lead 25-21. Timeout, Shenandoah.
Shenandoah will call timeout. They will probably look to go for 2 and try to get a 6-point lead.
33 seconds left to play.
Shenandoah will line up and try for 2 with 33 seconds left. Stevens will take the snap, will slip and stumble to the ground. Why couldn't he have done that a play or two before?
Exactly. Well, at this point, Jeff, it's good that the clock didn't run. At least the Seminoles are left with 33 seconds to go. Chance to get a few plays off here.
Well, what you would like to see happen is get a good return, have the Seminoles get to the end zone and in the last few seconds, and then you could tell the Shenandoah people that the clock was not running when it should have. You know, your own clock operator shorted you out some time.
Exactly.
But with no timeouts left, it's sure going to be tough for the Seminoles to go. Well, it'll probably be, the length of the field. A nice return, is almost crucial. 25-21, Shenandoah. Well, hats go off, everyone on that Monroe Central side of the field. Some young men over there who have played outstanding. Christopher Wilson has done a great job running the ball. One of Michael Joris's better passing games. A couple big receptions to T.J. Stevens. A lot of big defensive plays by that front wall, Daniel Smithberger and Randall Seifert in particular. But so far, it's all been for naught, as the Seminoles still trail by 4 points.
Adam Jones with some good hard running as well. Seminoles going to move Brown and Conrad and Cease up into the second row this time.
Well, if the Zeps come out on top here, they've sure had to earn this one. But a couple big third down and a big fourth down conversion earlier in the quarter have sure been the difference of this game. Steven will kick. He'll squib it on the ground. It's bobbled, and the Zeps will get it. Aaron Cease tried to pick the ball up, not able to make the play. That does not go as a turnover, but it has the same effect, which would be the 5th time tonight Monroe Central has lost possession, and that's going to, for all practical purposes, that will end the ball game. Zeps recovered at the 29-yard line, and all they'll need to do is take a knee and fall on it, and Shenandoah will be 7-0 going into next week's big game against Bellsville. And they'll follow that one up with an equally big game against Fort Fry and end the season against Caldwell. Stevens takes the snap, goes down, and by the time they mark the ball ready for play, it'll be inside 25 seconds, and they whistle it ready at 23, and Shenandoah will not have to run another play. Monroe Central, a superb, hard-fought effort, is going to come up short, and Shenandoah is going to win this game 25-21.
Excellent job that time of the Seminoles all night. I'd said they were going to have to stay fired up. They did that most of the night. You didn't see any letdown that time, just a few bad breaks by the defense. Shenandoah, they got a heck of a passing game, and it came through for them tonight.
So the big plays, it's easy to see why they are undefeated. Seminoles really battled them. But Shenandoah, they're a good team. And, maybe this will give the Barnesville Shamrocks something to think about. They were leading 21-0 at halftime tonight. They'll come in next week at 5-2, and it will be the final home game of the year. So all